Hey guys, Ralphan220 here again. I know I made a video just yesterday, but I thought I'd make something a little different because today is the 1-year anniversary of this channel, which isn't something to like celebrate, but I thought it'd be a good reason to make a video. So today I think what I'm going to do is just do a little operating session for you, but I'll do it kind of like live, if you know what I mean, where I'll be walking around switching cars and probably talking as we do it, so it'll be pretty informal, and I'll just be doing it on my own. But I'll probably have an inbound train that brings cars, but we'll have the switch job, which will probably be done by this GP15, that'll have to switch out cars, and then pull in the loaded cars from the inbound train. And then the switcher will assemble some cars for the train, or the local, probably led by the BNSF-8 over there. And then that unit will pull out the cars that the switcher assembles for it. So, oh, excuse me. I don't have a scheme set up right now, like where I'll have the cars and stuff, but I'll decide right now, and I'll get back to you in just a second, and we'll start a little session for you. Alright guys, so I kind of have it set up as I want it now. I have the local parked up on the incline there, and then a few cars spotted here and there. You can see there is one car at the distribution facility, one waiting on the grain track, which is also a reverse loop, and then we have a depressed center flat car at the lumber facility, as well as 6 aggregate cars over here, which are CNW 3-bay 100-ton hoppers that I guess have kind of been converted to aggregate service. But starting off the session, you can see, as I said, the train is parked over there, and those are the cars that we'll need to cut from the train and then spot at different locations, with those going at the back track of the lumber facility, the box car replacing the box car that's at the distribution facility right now, and then the 2 grain cars going where that grain car is now, as well as the bulkhead flat car going actually in the lumber facility. So the first thing that we'll do is pull out all of the loaded cars and throw them together. Then what we'll have to do is drive the switcher over here, get it on the loop there that goes around the town in front of this train. This guy will pull forward and cut from the train. He will loop around, we'll get rid of him, park him somewhere, and then the switcher here will be able to pull the cars out past this point, push them back through, and then switch them individually here, going into the facility. And then we should be done. So starting off the session here, we actually have 3 cars that are unloaded, so that'll kind of kick us off. So what we need to do is actually load the cars. And since I don't have a throttle over here, which I will get soon, I'm working on that, I need more throttles and stuff, we're just going to park the switcher there, and we'll just push the cars in and out to load them. So first off here, we got to push these 3 down. And now that we have the first car under the chute, we will push in the lock and then pull out to load. So there, it's flowing. We gotta check the amount. We don't want too much, so we'll cut off there. Push the next car under. We'll push in the lock again, and then I'll zoom in, and we will start loading. Push that in, and then we'll pull out the lock when needed. So that's probably good. Cut that off. Looks pretty good. We'll push the next car in. Push in the lock. Pull out. So now one of the chutes is blocked, or one of the bays. That happens every once in a while. We'll just let one of them flow out. And I do apologize, I haven't like perfected this. I plan on making a more realistic operation scheme, as well as making it more flawless. This is just on the fly, so you will probably see a bunch of derailments and short circuits and whatnot. So now what we'll do is we'll pull these 6 cars out, and we will pull them around and park them probably on the center track here to get ready for the local to pull back out. So this might not be the most prototypical operation, but we'll just do it for fun. That's kind of what I'm doing, and hopefully you find it somewhat interesting. So now we got to come back here. I got to select our locomotive. Select loco 1407. You can see, we zoom in here. I'll turn on our lights and then we'll get going. So ditch lights, headlight, and now just need to switch us here, go straight, and then we'll back up to it. So alright, so we'll pull out really quick, and then we gotta back up, and I'll pull the cars out. I'll probably skip around a bit, so you might not see everything, so you don't get bored. So, alright, now we'll back up. Got our guy right there. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, hold on. Back up a bit more. Oh, okay. So I haven't cleaned the tracks in here, so that would explain that. Oops. Alright. So now we'll try to pull forward after I couple this. Sorry about that. Couplers aren't aligned. Alright, there we go. Now we'll pull out. Oh, jeez. Breaking everything. Sorry about that. Alright, now I gotta pick up those 3 cars, as you can see back there. So throw it in reverse. Switch that, and then we'll back up. Hopefully no derailments. You can see I had one over there. Oh, that's not good. Alright, probably a little fast for a yard, but whatever. Yeah, this is just really dirty back here, so. Alright. So now we'll move forward. Okay. So what I'll do now is probably just back us all the way up onto this middle track here. Gotta reverse here. Not derail everything. Nope, wrong way. Just stop it right here. Alright. And I did have an uncoupling stick, but my dog decided it'd be cool to destroy it, so I'll get another one at some point. Alright, so now what we can do, since this is a reverse track right here where this grain car is, we can just pull that out and back it onto this train here. So that's what I'll go ahead and do. Let that run there, and once we get past the switch, I will throw it, and hopefully doesn't short circuit too much or get too dirty. So right here, that throws that switch over there. Alright, so now we'll back up just a second. Alright, so now we'll back up really quick. Just got to go in reverse here, and then throw that. Oh no. We love derailments. Alright. Alright, so now we got the car, we'll pull forward and attach it to our train right here. So, grab the camera here. So now we've got our car. We will throw that switch over there and back up. So you can see some of the ballast here actually isn't finished, so I've got to do that at some point. Oops. Alright, so now we're coupled. We will once again cut off from this cut of cars. And now we will do a reverse move back on this loop. We'll come back through, pick up these cars. Once we pull them back out, we'll have our locomotive on this end, and the cars here, we can just push them all the way around the loop and then hook it back to this train. Push it kind of down this line, and then what we'll do is we'll start switching the cars on the local, which is sitting here. Hold on. Alright, so now let's pull forward and we'll do that. Alright. We're gonna derail here, aren't we? Yeah. I don't know why it likes to derail there. It just does. Hopefully we'll make it cleanly through the shed here. Yep, there we go. Alright, so I gotta back up past this switch point. I will throw it and we will pick up probably one car at a time. If you notice, this locomotive is great because it has a really short wheelbase, which was very common with the GP15s, or I mean, that's kind of how they were designed. They are pretty much MP15s with a short and long hood and car body. So you can see here, the reason I needed this locomotive is because this awkward S curve here. You can see it's curving this way, but then with the switch, this series of switches, it gives it this kind of really short S curve. So when carrying multiple cars, sometimes the cars will like to knock each other off just because of the coupler overhang. But if we do one at a time, this locomotive has manages its space well. The couplers don't overhang that much, so it allows us to move more freely. So I think first what we'll do is pick up this boxcar down here. So gotta throw this switch and make sure those points are thrown, and then we will pull forward. Just gotta grab the throttle here. Should get going. Oh, yeah, it's probably really dirty down here. We don't get a lot of locomotives running. I'll try to clean it, but it gets pretty dusty over time. So we will... Alright, now we're hooked up. We will throw it in reverse. Let's set up here and we can... Hold on, sorry about that. Pull out. I think eventually I want to install sound in this locomotive. It'd be nice to have it when switching. So what we'll do is once we pull this car out, we will park it out on the main line. I guess that's kind of the branch line. And then we will pull out our other car and hook up, and we'll run it around to the train that's sitting in the background there. And we should be set. And then our next part, oh, don't want that to happen. Our next part will be switching out all the other cars. This car, its couplers hang really low, so I need to work on that. It's just the coupler boxes are pretty messed up, so it doesn't like to cooperate. Alright, so now we got that. We'll just switcher here, and then pull forward, and I'll cut the car then. We'll be able to pick up our depressed center flat car sitting in the lumber facility. So, right there is probably good. Throw it in reverse. And then pull out. So now you can come back in. Just gotta throw this, and then make sure this is thrown, as well as our switch points down here, which tend to get stuck. So here we are, and now we can pull forward. Hopefully dirty track won't mess with us here. Tried to wipe it. But this locomotive is fairly new, so it tracks pretty well. Alright. So now we got a couple up here. I doubt we actually coupled, so let's go check out. No. We can fix that. There we go. And now we'll pull out. Hold on, sorry about that. Grab the throttle. Alright, so here we go. Pull this car out, and then we'll hook up and run around to our train that we've created. You can see, although this is the longest car I own, it's actually the one that can handle curves the greatest, just because the articulated ends, they point the couplers in the direction they need to go, and it just allows it to negotiate curves really well. It doesn't throw itself off the track. No rolling stock really should, but this one does really well. So now we will cut off there and throw our switch. Now we can hook up to our car here. Oops. Alright, there we go. And now we will pull around to the rest of our train. So push this guy back, probably 15 to 20 speed steps. I think 20 is an appropriate speed. Probably a little too fast, but that's okay. Alright, now we will place the camera there and we'll attempt to, oh, my bad, had an issue here. Oh, gosh. Alright, so now we're hooked up, but we actually want to push our train back a little further so we can get clearance on both ends. So, gotta, actually, I meant pull it back. We want, oops, we want clearance on the crossover. Alright, so we're clear there. We'll pull our train back, run her back. What we gotta do now is cross over here. So that ends building our train here, ends that section, and next we will pull apart this train and switch it out.